By this point in time, you should have this e-commerce app running on your chosen device. So this is a good time to give you a complete overview of this app and show you what you can do with it at this stage. And as we will see, while we are able to navigate across the different screens, there is a lot of functionality that is not implemented just yet. So let's take a look. And as you would expect, this app is completely responsive and adjusts itself based on the size of the window. Alright, so on the initial screen you can find this grid of products, and you also have this search box at the top that we will use to enable product filtering. Though if you try to type anything inside, you'll see that nothing happens because we will only implement this functionality later. So from here we can select any product and be taken to this product detail page where we can find a list of reviews. And the purpose of this page is for you to set a quantity and add the product to the cart. And if you click here, you'll get an alert telling you that this functionality is not implemented just yet. Though what you can do is to click on this button to leave a review, and this will take you to this page where you can rate the product and give a comment. However, only the UI is updated and you can't submit the review just yet. So let's dismiss this page. And instead we can click on this button at the top that takes us to the shopping cart. And by default, this always shows these 3 items, and we are not able to change their quantity or delete them just yet. So let's proceed to checkout instead. And over here, you'll be prompted to create an account. And for the time being, you'll be able to enter unknown empty, email, and password. But this won't create a real account just yet. And it will just take you to this payment screen instead, which shows a summary of all the items in your cart. And the checkout functionality is also disabled. So since there isn't anything that we can do at this stage, we can dismiss this page and get back to the products list. And from here, you'll be able to click on this option to show the list of orders. And again, this is just some fake data that we show in the UI, and none of this is connected to a real database yet. So we can dismiss the page, and the last thing that you can do is to click on this account screen. And all this does is to show you the user ID and the email, and it gives you an option to log out, which is also not implemented. So as you can see, you can already use this app to navigate between all the different screens, but the data that you see is just hard-coded, and many of the button callbacks in the app are not implemented and only show you an alert. So this starter project is clearly incomplete and only represents the starting point that we will use to turn this into a real app. And I should also point out that while I've made this app responsive, I haven't really spent a lot of time building a custom beautiful UI, because once again, this is not the goal of this course. On the other hand, the starter project gives us the scope to implement many different features without having to worry about the UI. And as far as e-commerce applications go, there are so many features that you could implement, including multiple wish lists, product recommendations, categories, and advanced filtering features. And while we are not going to write the code for every possible feature you can think of, I will at least try to give you an idea about how to approach them, and maybe even give you some homework so that you can try out things on your own. But before we get to that stage, we first need to cover all the fundamentals. So let's continue on the next lesson, where we will start taking a look at the code.